Okay, Nicole, Phil Scott here. As promised, I said that I would put together a video for you with regards to my camera gear, most importantly, my lenses. So I've got everything out of storage and I'm going to bring them all up on the table here for you. All right, so everything is well preserved. Like I said, I haven't been doing anything with my cameras in the last, I want to say probably 5 years, if I'm honest. Like, it's been a long time, but I've got like 3 bags worth, right? So I'm gonna, actually, no, that's not true. I've got like 4 bags worth. And this isn't just like, obviously, lenses, like camera gear, right? Try not to take you through everything, but at the same time, you'll get an idea of what's in every bag. Let me open this guy up here. So I would essentially, just stack everything in the bag here, but I'll take the lenses out so you can see, right? Like these guys right here are just, like flash gear and, remote controls and harnesses and, well, should probably tighten this up. There we go. What else we got? Yeah, like, auxiliary batteries and more lighting gear and things like that, right? So let me take some of, let's see here. Count. Put this guy down here. Maybe I'll get a good shot of that. There's the table. Take out some of my lenses here. Oh, here's an actual body. Take the body out, and that's a kit lens attached to it. Boom. Boom. That's the favorite one that I was telling you about that I would shoot the most with, portrait shots. Get into that one. This one's an interesting one as well. I'll tell you a little bit more about that, but let's take that off the table. Okay. And then what's in this other bag here? Let's see what's in this other bag. Again, I'll show you what's in here, but I got another body, so I'll take this body out. It's got another kit lens on it, and another big lens. Another big lens. We'll talk about that one as well. And then again, just like more kind of gear that does specific things. Let's get this guy off the table. And then, last but not least, not last, but out of all the bags that I know that have cameras in them, or have lenses, sorry, in them. Let's see, here's another bag where I just kind of cram stuff in there, right? Like all padded bags and stuff like that, easier for me to do my work. All right. Oh, what was that? I used to put the hood in there. Just put that there for now. Let's see, there's nothing in there. Let's see here. Some more crazy lenses. Trying to tell you what I was planning on doing with that as well. Okay, so here are all my lenses. Let's spread these out a bit and we can do a little bit of a showcase of what's what. Yeah. A showcase. Let's take this guy out. Right, you're probably wondering, why is he wearing nitrite gloves? I don't know. Whenever I do videos, I put the nitrite gloves in there for some reason. It's like everybody thinks you're pro when you do that. And I do sometimes when I'm showing my stuff, obviously not camera stuff, use nitrite gloves on the camera for some reason. Yeah. That's an interesting lens as well. Rokinon. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay, well, let's start with, what's this guy here? Put this guy in the back. All right, let's start with this lens here. Or not this lens. Yeah, I'll start with this lens, which is sitting on top of this body. What's on this body? Okay, this is the D5600 that I was telling you about. I'm not going to turn it on for you. It doesn't really matter because I don't have any battery in them, right? Batteries are in the bag. But essentially, right, this was the crop sensor body that I was telling you about. I think it was equivalent to your Canon entry level. This guy was quite nice though. I remember one of the selling features was that it had like Wi-Fi kind of built in. So whenever I took a picture, it was able to transfer the photos over Wi-Fi onto my computer or onto a network. And so I always thought that that was cool. It did certainly did make it easier for me to work with like getting them onto my phone so I could kind of see them in a little bit of a bigger picture. I like this, to be honest with you. Like this, like even after I got my full frame, which is what I'll show you in a second. This is the DX model, and it did come with. This one came with 3 kit lenses, if I remember correctly. See if I can pull those out. But this guy was. Let's see here. I don't know to leave that on. This guy was one of the ones that came with it. It was an 18 through 55 millimeter. Let's see here. This was the Nicole. I don't know how they used to name these, right? But this was a DX model, right? Which is always going to go on the crop sensor cameras, which was this Nikon D5600. Okay, put that back on. Cool. Put that one aside. And then the full frame body that I had is over here. And actually the lens that I've got on here is not a kit lens. I bought this one on its own because I thought this is what I really wanted. But this is a full frame 50 millimeter, I think. Again, it was a Nicole, and excuse me because I don't really remember exactly everything about these cameras and the lenses that I bought because I'm just not intimate with it anymore. But like I would have to do my homework and then I'd know exactly why I bought it. But this was one of my sister's favorite lenses when she had a Canon, the 50 millimeter, and she used to shoot crop as well. So I bought one too, and I thought it was going to be my favorite, but it's really not. It's really not my favorite, if I'm honest. Right? So I never really used it much. It was really like, it's an automatic lens and everything, but I would try to like carry, I thought it would be a good carrying lens to have, right? Versatile, shoot with your feet sort of thing. But I never really got a lot out of it. What was the other kit lens? The other kit lens was this one right here. Again, this one's another built for crop lens cameras. Sensor cameras. This was the 55 to 200 millimeter. Right? This one was really good. I thought I got some really good shots with this one. I didn't think it was all that bad. I thought, that I think the kit lenses that came with these cameras were actually a lot better than I think a lot of people would have expected them to be. Okay, now we're about to get into some of the lenses that I had a little more fun with. Let me just make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, right. 35 millimeter lens. This one was also a kit lens as well. Again, when it says DX on it, this is for these are for crop sensor cameras. This one was good too. Not bad. I sort of liked it for like walking around. That's why I thought the 50 would be better. So I had the 35, decided to buy the 50. Did a little bit better, but again, I mean, I didn't really use it much. The ones that I used the most would have been the kit lenses that have like zoom capabilities on them. So that would have been the one that's sitting on this D5600, and then the other one that I showed you before. These ones were really good. I like those. This was the portrait lens. So you were giving me like a size, like you were telling me they need to be like, like that big sort of thing. We're almost there, right? And we got to remember too that, whoop, we're looking at the glass here. We're a little far into the glass. So you were sort of right? It's not that big. This was 1.8, an 85 millimeter, meant for full sensor cameras. So when I ended up putting it on the DX the D5600, it really gave me that kind of zoom effect that I really liked. And and this one is fully manual. So you got to focus with the focus ring, and make sure to get rid of all the blur. 1.8. I probably usually turn it to 2.5, but this was the one that I was talking about. This is my favorite lens to shoot portraits with, because it really gave me a good shot. I know that doesn't mean much without me showing you some of the photos that I did, but actually I've got some photos in my house here that I took with it, but maybe I'll show you this another time. Another interesting one was this lens right here. I know, another manual lens, right? This one is a Russian build. Apparently they used these ones in the war and they mass produced them. So I got this one actually from Russia. And this one produces, I shot one of my sister's family portraits once with this one, and they loved it. Only because what was really interesting about this lens here was that it produced a swirl in the bokeh in the back. And that's what it was kind of known for as a cult favorite. And so when I picked it up, I didn't really know a lot about the lens, but it was cheap too. Like, I don't know how much I paid for it, but it was like, compared to all the other lenses like that had names on them, like this was obviously used. This looks like it's part of like some sort of automatic weapon or something from the World War II or from like the Cold War. But yeah, man, I really like this lens as well. It shoots really unique shots. It's called what is this one called again? I'm trying to remember what it was. A Helios, the Helios 44M. If you look this one up, you'll be able to read all about it. Like, it's probably got its own wiki on it and everything. A really unique lens that a lot of people aren't familiar with, but when they see what it can do, it it really surprises people. Let's see here, what else we got. All right, now we're starting to kind of get into, like, I was spending money on certain lenses and really wanted to see what certain things could do. These third-party lenses. This is a Sigma lens, a 10. Oh, right. 10 through 20 millimeter. What was I expecting to get out of this? What was I expecting to get out? A lot of close-up shots. Man, I can't remember, but I'm thinking of one particular picture that I took that a lot of people really liked that I took with this one, where it really created like kind of like like it really elongated what was in front of you. Wide angle shots, that's what it was. Wide angle shots, landscape shots. People really, again, it was my favorite because I needed to be doing some landscape work, and that's not really my favorite. But at the same time, like, it did really good whenever I was doing that, or whenever I wanted to really get a close-up shot of somebody, but I wanted to kind of like spread it out a little bit. I would try this, and I would usually get some surprising shots. Again, I'm not a professional like you, so I was really experimenting, which is, it's a lot of money. This was an expensive hobby to be experimenting with, but that was its point. And then another experiment that I was doing, a Rokinon. This was, again, this isn't a name brand or anything, but when I started, I wanted to see what people were doing with like fisheye, right? Didn't really find a lot of practical use with this lens, if I'm honest. It wasn't very expensive, so that's the good part. This fisheye lens, an 8 millimeter, right? Not really practical for use. But yeah, it's that one. Let's see, I store that one in a very particular way. Let's see here. And then we talked about the Sigma already. Here we go. Now we're starting to talk about some of the longer lenses. A Tamron, nice name brand, 300 millimeter. I've got some really good shots with this one. I think I've got one here of one of my daughters that I picked up with it. Let's see if I can grab some. This one was taken with that lens. when they were younger in the water. Look how it was capturing the droplets in the water right here, right? Really beautiful. This one, kind of like a portrait shot, but stood pretty far away. Not sure exactly what at what distance, but that was another one that I took of one of my other daughters as well. And then, of course, to see the whites of the eyes in the lion's face is my other Tamron. This is my 600 millimeter, full stabilization, a lot of buttons, a lot of automatic. Let me know if you want to know more details about this one, but it's just big and media, right? So these are all my lenses and my body. So what do I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lenses, like I said. Yeah, I mean, really, out of all of them, I was using like maybe 3 of them often, but I had a favorite. And again, my favorite was this No Name Optica 85 millimeter. No Name Optica. I'm going to look that one up when I get off this video. I'm going to look that up online to see if they even sell them anymore. But again, cheap when I bought it. Anyways, hopefully that helps. Look forward to speaking with you. Sorry we couldn't be on that call today. You're amazing. I'm going to put this on YouTube for you because it's a long video, 16 minutes. Hope you can get something out of it. Actually, why would you get anything out of it? You're going to buy a point and shoot $600 camera anyways. I know you're not going to pay that price, but you're not into all these lenses anymore. But anyways, I was experimenting as a scientist, really, understanding how light works in these cameras, but maybe I've lost that hobby now. I'm on to other things.